Cain murdered Abel. Blood cried out from the ground. And with one act of violence, humanity's first righteous bloodline was erased. Or so it seemed. Because while history remembers Cain and mourns Abel, God chose another name. Quiet, uncelebrated, almost ignored. Seth. Not born in triumph, not crowned with power, but placed deliberately between loss and promise. And through him, the future of redemption survived. This story isn't about strength, it's about replacement, continuity, and why God never lets his promise die, even when it looks buried. If you believe Scripture hides its most important truths in the quiet places, pause here. Like this video, share it with someone who studies deeply. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because Seth's story explains how God rebuilds what violence tries to erase. Adam and Eve had already lost everything once. They lost Eden, they lost innocence, they lost direct communion with God. But losing Abel was different. This wasn't exile, this was fracture. Cain didn't just kill his brother, he severed the righteous line. Abel was the one whose sacrifice God accepted. Abel was the one who understood worship. Abel was the one aligned with heaven, and now Abel was gone. Cain was cursed, marked, sent away. The future looked spiritually empty. And then God intervened again. Genesis records it quietly. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son and named him Seth. For God has appointed for me another offspring instead of Abel. That word matters. Instead of Abel. Seth was not a spare, he was a replacement. Not emotionally, theologically. Seth wasn't born to comfort grief, he was born to continue purpose. God didn't erase Cain, but he didn't build the promise through him either. Instead, God restarted the righteous line, not with vengeance, but with appointment. From this moment, humanity splits, not geographically, spiritually. From Cain, cities, technology, power, violence, self-exaltation. From Seth, altars, prayer, invocation, dependence. Genesis tells us something crucial about Seth's generation. At that time, people began to call upon the name of the Lord. This wasn't casual prayer, this was organized worship. Seth's line didn't dominate culture, they didn't build monuments, they didn't rule cities. They preserved something far more fragile, alignment with God. Seth lived 912 years, nearly a millennium of influence. He watched generations rise. He watched Cain's descendants grow powerful. He watched corruption spread. But through Seth's lineage came Enoch, awareness of human weakness, Kenan, stability, Mahalalel, praise of God, Jared, descent toward corruption, Enoch, the man who walked with God, Methuselah, mercy extended through time, Lamech, prophecy before judgment, Noah, preservation of humanity. This was not coincidence, this was containment. As long as Seth's line endured, judgment was delayed, mercy remained active. Because Seth doesn't fit dramatic storytelling, no scandal, no rebellion, no spectacle. But Satan doesn't fear noise, he fears continuity. Seth represents something dangerous to darkness, a promise that survives quietly, faith that doesn't announce itself, obedience that doesn't demand recognition. Without Seth, no Enoch, no Noah, no Abraham, no David, no Messiah. He is the hinge history turns on, and most people never notice. Seth stands between Adam and Noah, creation and judgment, fall and redemption, Eden and the cross. He is the proof that God doesn't abandon humanity after failure.
He replaces what was lost. He restores what was broken. He preserves what violence tries to erase. Cain built civilization. Seth preserved salvation. Seth never ruled, never conquered, never left ruins behind. Yet through him, God quietly carried his promise forward until the world was ready for redemption. History remembers the loud. Heaven remembers the faithful. And sometimes the most important man in the room is the one God appoints, not the one the world celebrates. Seth was that man. If this story shifted how you see God's plan, if it reminded you that obedience matters more than recognition, then don't let this moment pass. Like this video, share it with someone who thinks influence requires noise. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the Bible's greatest figures aren't always the loudest, and Seth, the forgotten son of Adam, was never forgotten by God.